And welcome to this week's Market Outlook. You're here with your host, Pastor Pips. And as we always do, make sure to check out www.litcapital.co.uk and see what we have to offer. On the other hand, if you guys would like to see what we are trading, to follow our live trades, just click on the button right here on the top right-hand corner of the website. With that being said, let's move on to the economic calendar. Coming in on Monday, we have ISM Services PMI for the dollar. Moving on Tuesday, we have RBA interest rate decision, RBA rate statement, closely followed by the retail sales for the euro. Wednesday, we have RBA Governor Lowe's speech, GDP for the Aussie. Further on in the day, we have Bank of Canada's interest rate decision with their rate statement. Thursday, we've got GDP for the yen, trade balance for the Aussie, GDP for the euro. On Friday, we have CPI, closely followed by the CAD's net change in employment and also unemployment rate for the CAD as well. Other than that, now that we know what's going on for the week ahead, we can move over to the chart and have a look at exactly what's been going on. So first thing first, when we have a look at the price action that happened last week, we actually saw the dollar continue to push up higher until about midweek, where we made the high of the week for us to then continue dropping all the way down to Friday, where we made the low of the week for us to potentially push up higher. Now, week prior, we were expecting price to, of course, close off this imbalance, potentially react out of this bearish candle for us to make a new potential higher high. Now, in terms of the play that we have seen, it is fine, it's perfect, it's great. However, there are a few areas where we do need to keep our eyes out peeled for in case price wants to do something different. Now, I would like to see us actually pull back and retrace before we potentially go ahead and take out these highs sitting above. There are two areas. So we've got this first imbalance area closely followed by this 1 hour candle up here, where price can in fact head up into this area and give us a rejection to the downside, which of course is not going to help in terms of the setups that I am going to go through with you today. However, if we can get prices retracing back down to that daily imbalance area, or even potentially that daily down candle, we could see price attempt to then take out this high. So it's either this first area where we stall and potentially reject from, and this second area where we either stall and reject from. So I want to see these areas get taken out for sure. We'll just, of course, have to take our time and let the price action show us exactly what markets wants to do. Okay, now I'm going to move straight over to the pound. Now, in terms of the pound, the price action that we did get was absolutely brilliant towards the end of last week. We did, of course, see market, of course, break structure on the 1 hour. Of course, we saw the retracement. We saw price continue to push up higher. Now, inside of our Discord, I did talk about this 1 hour area being a potential catalyst for us to potentially head back up into the daily area, which, of course, has played out quite well, which is the blue box there. So if we go back up to the daily, we did in fact come back to the daily imbalance area, which I am expecting price to potentially go on and attack these lows. Okay, if we look at the picture from the weekly, okay, we've been bullish for quite some time, especially when we look over here, and I'm not really surprised. We are definitely due in for a retracement. We can definitely come back down lower. In terms of the area that I am looking for to reverse from is down here. This would be the most ideal setup for me, guys. If I can see the weekly picture, okay, pull back to around here, and then we can potentially attempt to make a new high, that would be great. But of course, this is, very, very far ahead in the future. I don't know how soon price, and no one knows how soon price will get down here, and if it will even get down here. However, the only thing that I didn't quite like was how price kind of left these highs intact right here to the left. We didn't pierce above this high before we, of course, create a new low or started to come down lower, shall I say, which gives me the impression that we could potentially go for this one more time. And if we are going to do so coming on early on in the week, we can look, in fact, at this 1 hour bearish candle here, which should be the 8 o'clock London's open candle. See if we can push up from this area and attack this buy side liquidity sitting above here. If we can attack these highs, I'll then and only then be happy with seeing market and prices, of course, come down and take out those daily lows that were sitting beneath here. Now, it's important that you guys let the market kind of print out, especially on a Monday, show you its hand, show you what it wants to do. I would want to just sit on the sidelines for on Monday, see how price behaves inside this action, inside this candle here, sorry. See if we can actually push up higher or we continue to drop. Let's head over to the S&P. Now, when we have a look at the S&P, the setup that I did post up in our Discord, guys, was to see price, of course, pull back to this area here and for us to continue heading up higher. We did have some equal highs here. I have literally just deleted it off my chart, but I'll put it back on so that you guys can see. Okay. I wanted to see price retrace and then take out the liquidity sitting above here, and also the liquidity sitting above this weekly high right here. Okay, so I want to see how price reacts and holds inside this area. This red box, if we can actually see price come up and close off this whole entire area, I want to see how we react. Okay, it will be quite interesting to see whether we do continue to push up higher. Now, this has been bullish for quite some time, and I don't really see anything stopping it for the time being. But if we can get a bit of a pullback, I'd like to continue buying this higher. Let's see if we can take out this weekly swing high above 43.82.75. If we can clear that area, then I'll be interested to see if we can get some shorts, maybe potentially taking out these lows sitting beneath here. Now, of course, this is a lot further on down the line. However, it's important for us to have these areas so that we can look at. Now, on the 4 hour or on the 4 hour picture, the area that I am looking out for is if we can get a pull back into this imbalance area or tap this 4 hour down candle here. If we tap this 4 hour lit block here, we could potentially get prices continuing. Of course, we can see the 4 hour picture is maintaining its bullish structure with new highs, with a higher low, and potentially a higher high for us to then get a pullback in order for us to catch some buys. So, like I said, a lot similar to GU. We'll have to see how that kind of plays out. Are we going to continue pushing up, or is price just going to give us some bearish price action where we can potentially catch longs over here and potentially catch some longs on the pound? In terms of key price movement and key areas that I am looking out for, those are my only 3 pairs for you today. With that being said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And you know the vibes is lit side. And remember, every day is money day. Peace.